Now, I know y'all gonna come for me because we've been taught that Africa is the motherland. So I'm gonna tell you 3 simple reasons why America is the motherland. But I encourage you to do your own research and use your discernment, and then sit with the information and see if it feels true to you.
We all came out of Africa.
Okay.
Okay.
We all originated.
Yes.
So basically every human form.
Humans'
Okay.
origin is in Africa.
Africa.
There is no dispute about
None.
that at all.
None. Zero.
At all.
Might have to drop a dime on them.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotta stop.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
Alright, y'all, we back with another video. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing help, helping to better understand the self. So, y'all know we've been debunking this back to Africa theory for a long time on this channel, right? You got Neil deGrasse Tyson is saying that everybody originated from Africa, which is false, okay? I said on this channel, and shout out to everybody who's been supporting. Shout out to Shabazz, Fresh Always, all my supporters, Mama Lisa, man, the mods, everybody who tap in, I appreciate y'all. But I've been saying on this channel that there's some people that's genetically modified. So when you say everybody come from Africa, it's like saying that nobody was genetically modified, that we all started and it was just like, it was black people and then it came, you know, all of these other races, which is, this is how they want to rewrite history. So on this channel, I always said that America is how they say of Egypt was, okay? And you can tell by, you know, the Grand Canyon. It's evidence here on America. Plus, we know with Albert Perry. Albert Perry has the longest DNA known to man, you know, that far dates Africa. All of these facts that we show, it just shows clear that there's no way everybody came from Africa. Is you can even say that it's not enough water there for you to even choose that place. But I'm gonna bring up some more facts because it is some factual evidence that they found that America was an empire land back in the days and they had advanced technologies. That stuff is already out. I didn't do a video, but I need to do a video on how King Tut, okay, in Kentucky, is somebody that exposed that he was buried by a lot of other kings and it was in the Americas. A lot of these people that they're trying to say is from Africa is really, they did the destiny swap so that this place can look like it was nobody here and they discovered it. Okay, that's the name of this game. But I'm gonna play some videos and show y'all that this land has been the most thriving land since the beginning, and this is why this land is so important and it matters to us, saying that okay, we're indigenous to this land. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, push me on the algorithm. I greatly appreciate that. I'm gonna give y'all some more commentary. Let's get it.
America is the motherland. Now, I know y'all gonna come for me because we've been taught that Africa is the motherland. So I'm gonna tell you 3 simple reasons why America is the motherland. But I encourage you to do your own research and use your discernment, and then sit with the information and see if it feels true to you, because the truth always lies within us. So 1 is water. America holds almost 50% of the world's water, while Africa only has 9%. How do you build life without water? The Amazon alone holds more water than all of Africa's rivers combined. An Ogallala aquifer that runs from South Dakota down to Texas holds ancient water for over 10,000 years. So if water is the womb, America is the mother. 2 is food source. America is the cradle of the crops. At the beginning of time, nearly all the food needed to sustain life came from the Americas. Not only were the MERS master architects, but we had ancient civilizations that had advanced agriculture systems. And 3 is Albert Perry. The oldest DNA was found from a man named Albert Perry in South Carolina. The DNA is older than any African timeline. So it is time to reclaim your lost identity and your inheritance.
Archaeologists discovered a series date the Egyptian pyramids, and it is very exciting. Okay, so in 2021, maritime archaeologist Tamara Thompson went on a recreational dive at the bottom of Lake Mendota in Wisconsin-Madison when she saw something she couldn't explain. A long shape buried in the silt that was too deliberate to just be driftwood. She told her colleague, "I think that's a dugout canoe." It was, and it was 1,200 years old. It's a cool find, but that's not the story. Because when they went back the following year, they didn't just find one canoe, they found 3, all clustered together in the same area. A 2,000-year-old one, a 3,000-year-old one, and a whopping 4,500-year-old canoe beneath them. This is where it gets nutso. Radiocarbon dating revealed that the oldest canoe is 5,200 years old. Y'all, that canoe was already ancient by the time the Great Pyramid was being built. They eventually found 16 canoes in total, with the youngest one being 700 years old, because we all know that 700 is the new 20. According to the Wisconsin Historical Society, this means that 4,000 years before the first Europeans sailed ashore, indigenous peoples called this land home. But what is really cool about this treasure trove of canoes is what they were used for. This wasn't a graveyard of lost boats. It was a parking lot. Indigenous peoples would bury their canoes in shallow water to prevent them from cracking and drying out through winter, and then come back and use them in spring. Dr. Roseberg, the lead discoverer, believes the indigenous peoples would use them and then leave them for other tribe members to use, kind of like an ancient e-bike system, used by community after community for over 4,000 years. The Ho-Chunk Nation, whose ancestors built these canoes, were forcibly displaced from this land in the 19th century, and the knowledge of how to build these canoes was severed with that displacement. Now, with this new discovery, the Ho-Chunk Nation was inspired to restore that knowledge. And in 2022, they launched an annual June Ho-Chunk Nation dugout canoe journey that's now open to the public along the Ho-Chunk's ancestral waterways. And for those who live in Wisconsin or want to travel, the very first canoe raised in Lake Mendota will be on display for the public when the new Wisconsin History Center opens in 2027. Until then, get in a kayak and go in the lakes. The land may look different, but the waterways are still there. You can paddle along the same waters as the ancient indigenous peoples did 5,000 years ago, and transport yourself to a past that we are still discovering.
The America is the old.
We all came out of Africa.
Okay.
Okay?
We all originated.
Yes.
So basically every human form.
Humans'
Okay.
origin is in Africa.
Africa.
There is no dispute about
None.
that at all.
None. Zero.
At all. So now, let me lead into that by saying, we surely know people. You say Americans, and you say, oh, they'll say, well, what are you? That's well, I'm Italian. Well, where are you born? America. Where are your parents born? Brooklyn. Where are their parents born? Italy.
Right.
So I'm Italian.
Right.
All right, here's another one.
Okay.
What are you? Oh, I'm Swedish.
Okay.
Well, where were you born? I'm born in New York. Where were your parents born? In New York. Where are their parents? Because that's the immigrant.
Right.
Where were their parents born? No, I get it right. So we'll come through. Where are their parents born? Minnesota. Okay. Where are their parents born? Minnesota. Where are their parents born? Sweden. So I'm Swedish.
Right.
You see what they're doing?
Yes.
They're going back their tree, finding the place that
fits.
that soothes their need to have some kind of an association.
Even if they've never been to that place.
And they stop there. Okay?
Okay.
What I tell them all is, why don't you keep going? Just keep going.
No, I just want to be from Sweden. I'm Swedish.
Okay, keep going. And if you keep going, we're all African. there is an ancestor of yours that is African. If you go far enough back on the tree, but you stopped in Sweden, and you stopped in Italy, and you stopped in Poland, keep going back. The tree, the human tree of life, traces back to Africa. So now, we come out of Africa.
Yes.
Some continue north.
Yes.
It's costly to sustain dark skin.
Yes.
It's a nutritional cost on you. So you go north, the sun is not there as much. The dark skin rapidly goes away and people just turn white. Okay? Evolutionarily.
Yes.
And then, so some went there, some went towards Asia.
Yes.
There's some dispute about whether they went south or north, but went into Asia, populated Asia, then they kept going. This is during the Ice Age.
Wow.
How do you get an ice age? Water evaporates from the oceans,
Yes.
goes into the sky. It's so cold, it comes back out as snow. The snowflake lands on the countryside
Yeah.
and never goes away because the world is below freezing. So the snowflake is just there.
Right.
Had it been rain, the water would have just worked its way back to the ocean, and you'd have this circulation of water. But during the Ice Age, you drain the ocean of its water, deposit the water on land, it never returns to the ocean. The ocean levels drop, exposing a land bridge
Right.
between Asia and North America.
Okay.
That's the famous Bering Strait.
Right.
And so the migrating human ancestors,
Okay.
it was just land. They just walked across the Bering Strait. Then the Ice Age ended. The waters melt back into the ocean levels rise, closes off the Bering Strait, stranding an entire branch of the human species in North and South America, and Europe has no memory of this. Wow. That's why it's called the New World. There it was. And the rest of the world had wars, they interbred, they did whatever, and there it is. So, even though Columbus was a dick, okay?
Okay.
The most important thing he did was reconnect two branches of the human species that had been separated for 10,000 years.
Wow.
Okay? Had that never reconnected, that's the precise setup for biological evolution to have a branch separate away from the branch that got it there. That's why Australia's animals are so weird.
Yes.
Because Australia separated from the mainland long ago on an evolutionary timescale.
Yes.
So they got kangaroos and
the snakes are so deadly. They got the most.
They got venom.
Yeah.
Up the
inland taipan, the coastal taipan, and the common brown.
Okay, they got stuff the rest of the world never seen or heard of.
And keep it over there
because it got isolated.
Yeah.
So you will evolve if you're subject to your own environmental forcing, and you're not interbreeding with the rest of the world. Okay.
Help me understand this.
But right now, everybody's interbreeding with everybody. Airplanes enable this.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yes.
Everybody.
Thanks, Wright brothers. Help me understand this.
Wait. The Wright brothers, wait. Don't blame them because they.
Yes.
Do you realize?
Yes.
The Boeing 707 jet, the first ever commercial jet, it came from the military.
Yes.
First ever commercial jet came out in 1958. Its wingspan is the distance that the Wright brothers first flew. We went from the Wright brothers flight to a Boeing 707 plane in 55 years. With a wingspan is the distance they flew.
Damn. That wasn't very far.
It wasn't very far. But we made great advances. And people who are in denial that we have smart humans among us, they just say aliens helped. We reverse engineered the aliens.
That's coach.
All right, fam. So listen, I wanted to tell y'all about this Neil deGrasse Tyson. So y'all see in that video he talking nonsense, but he had some cases of SA. I don't know if it was snow bunnies or not. I wasn't able to get that in depth in it, but from 1984 to 2016, he had about 4 women that was accusing him of some funny behavior. Now, I think it has something to do with them little hats. You know, them little hats always like to have you in position like that. So I definitely think this is why he's an agent and he working like this. But let me know what y'all think about this, man, in the comment section. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace and love.
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control 4 basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.